Today's video is sponsored by Camera Store. So about a month ago on the channel, I did a video shooting with this camera right here for the first time. This is the Hasselblad XPAN, and spent about a day and a half up in North Wales with this. Absolutely fell in love with it right away. But unfortunately, I don't own this. I just have it on loan from my friends at Camera Store. So I'm trying to make the most of my time with this while I still have it. And I decided to do another trip and come up here to the kind of northeast coast of England. This is a specific area that I've shot at once about 6 months ago, but a place that I've wanted to explore more, and also one that I thought could be a great fit for this format right here. Really interesting stretch of coast. I'll explain why in a second, but yeah, I'm gonna spend the rest of today and tomorrow checking out this kind of 30-kilometer stretch and making some more images with the XPAN. So lots to see along this whole stretch of coastline, lots of very kind of interesting things visually, but one of the main draws and things that brought me up here is just the fact that this stretch of coast is, I believe, to be considered some of the fastest eroding in all of Europe, and it's just like drastically visible wherever you go. So there's just this change happening, and it's, you know, fascinating, obviously, from a documentary standpoint, from a photography standpoint. But even right here, you can see you have these cliff collapse signs. This specific area used to be MOD, I think, bomb testing range. So that's getting unearthed now with the, obviously, the erosion that's happening. But if we go down here, I'll show you. So this is the old road that we're on. And it basically looks like it just goes right out into the ocean. I'll take a walk up here. And as we get up here, you can see that's where the road ends. And that's where it's gone. So yeah, like I said, changing constantly. So just such a fascinating area, really like nowhere I've ever been before. And I've just been interested in coming up here and, you know, picking down these roads and going into these different areas and starting to document some of these places as they are right now, just because, yeah, who knows what some of them will look like in a very short period of time. So thought XPAN format could be a good fit for this, and just gonna go up and down the coast here over the next 2 days. But I think I'll go down here onto this beach, take a quick look while I'm here. Even just coming down here, you know, there's like big pieces of cement and wire and things that obviously used to be up there. Even looking up at the coastline here, there's pipes coming out, an old fence. Really something else. Wild. Okay, don't know if it's worth spending much time at this specific location. Worth coming to take a look, but gonna head up the road. There's one area in particular that I wanna go photograph. Whenever you go down any one of these roads that goes to the coast, you always have these signs, sometimes quite a ways out, you know, road closed ahead, cliff collapse, stuff like that. Okay, so this is spot number 2. And on my first trip, you know, I did some research beforehand, and there was a bunch of stuff here on Google Street View that I was expecting to see when I got here, but the maps were outdated by about 10 years. And it all would have been here, so yeah, a lot has changed. You can even see here you have like the old concrete slabs where there obviously would have been someone's caravan. You can only just wonder how far this actually went out, how much of this has been washed away over the years. I think though we're gonna go for a walk. I think this is a trail. We'll head down that way, see what we can find. All right, so I just came from down there and got to this area here where this is obviously the old road. You can see there's a piece of it still over there, but this whole section's gone. And if you turn around, it keeps going down to some businesses, some homes and stuff down there. I think I'm gonna photograph this one here. So last time I was up in this area, I was shooting a 6x7 black and white. And I will say it's interesting how, a different frame size can just make you look at the landscape in such a different way. I said in that first video I did, I really enjoyed XPAN. It hooked me, the frame size. But even using it in an environment like this, it's just interesting how much different it feels. It feels like a very natural fit for me. And at least for these landscapes. Yeah, I don't think it's one that's gonna wear off on me anytime soon, that's for sure. Okay, so it's almost 4 o'clock. That's it for this spot. I think right now I'm gonna go and just pick along a number of these little locations that I have on my list, and then we'll work our way to 2 locations in particular down south. Like I said, we're gonna end at this lighthouse for sunset. That'll be a bit of a hike out, but yeah, I think I'll put on some miles, pick across a few other spots right now. So I didn't realize it, but I actually came out to this place the last time I was in this area. You can see the road very abruptly, super steep here. But the wild thing is, when I was here last time, there's a house there. And I was like I said, 6 months ago, maybe not even, maybe 4 months ago, massive house, I obviously knocked it down. That's what I'm saying with change in this area. It's like nothing I've seen before. 1 inch left on this roll. That's a roll. Okay, so at this next spot, so I actually find this frame really interesting. Again, with this wider format, just having this coastline right here at this edge running center frame, and then it's wide enough that you can get that house in the kind of extreme left-hand side of the frame, and the ocean on this side. I think I like this quite a bit. So we'll continue things in a minute, just have to quickly talk about the sponsor of this video and the folks who kindly lent me this XPAN to work with, Camera Store. And if you're not familiar, they are Europe's largest retailer of used film cameras and gear, and they sell worldwide with quick and hassle-free shipping. And I was actually able to visit them last year, and what makes them so unique is that everything they sell is checked, cleaned, tested, and then if necessary, repaired in-house by their team, and it comes with a warranty. So it's a way to purchase film cameras and lenses with confidence. But they also buy gear as well with a very streamlined process. They'll pay for you to ship it out, they'll check it over, and then they'll give you an offer. And if you don't want to accept it, they'll send it back to you. So just a very easy process to get rid of your old equipment that you're not using. So highly recommend checking Camera Store out, and I'll put a link below to their website. Okay, so one last quick stop here for the sunset location. I'm getting way too distracted, so I'm gonna try and be quick because I'm gonna cut myself short for time, but it looks like there's a pillbox out here on the beach. That's kind of way out in the middle of it. At least I think it is. So I'm gonna look at this, maybe make an image or two here, and then get to the final spot for the night. Wild. That obviously used to be up on what was that cliff area out here. Wow. Let's see if there's an image here. The variety out here, so much to see, so many different things. So constant distractions. Got caught at another beach here. This one, I had no idea was here, and it has just this massive old structure of some sort. I'll show you. It's pretty wild. Wow. No idea what this is, but it is massive. Oh wow, there's more. Crazy. Up here too, around the corner. There's some stairs, concrete steps. And then if we go up here, holy. Wild. These must have been like big defenses. Just so much concrete. I have no idea what else it would be. If I had phone service, I would do some research, but I did not expect to see this. All right, try and do something here quickly. Okay, this is our final spot, and that is where we need to walk to. It is way further than I thought. Okay, so this is Spurn Point, I believe it's called, and I got here way too late. I didn't realize, but the lighthouse is a 4.5 kilometer walk from where I parked, which means that, yeah, I'm at the start right now. The light is perfect right now, and I'd have probably a 50-minute walk along the beach. So, not gonna make it. I threw everything in my bag anyways. I'm gonna go maybe 5 minutes down here, see if there's anything, wrap up tonight, and then pick things up in the morning. Okay, so a bit of a shame, honestly. The light is so nice right now, but I know if I try and hoof it down there, it's just gonna be a waste of time. I'll get there when it's dark, and then I'll be walking out, have this big walk at the kind of end of the evening, and I think I'll play it smart for once. Typically, I would probably try and make it down there, but I think I'll call it and yeah, pick things up in the morning. I have a sunrise location, a little bit different than what we shot today, and one after that. But really enjoyed this today. You know, this area up here is so unique. like I said, so much variety and just such a beautiful landscape as well. You know, you're surrounded by coast, you're surrounded by the sea. You know, this place, Spurn Point here this evening. Yeah, it's something else, and it just really felt like a good match today for the XPAN. I'm falling kind of more and more in love with this camera, even though it already won me over pretty quick last video. Anyways, I'm gonna get back to the car, see if I can find anything else on my drive to my kind of sleep spot for the night. And if not, pick things up tomorrow. Couldn't pass up this light. Had to come back to this spot with these old defense structures, and I did actually get some phone service, and this was a battery. So these are bunkers and pillboxes and all sorts of stuff. Really quite wild. Oh wow, the craziest looking moon is rising over there. What an evening. 3 seconds. Should have just stayed here in the first place. This spot is so good. So I have this old structure, it's in like 3 pieces, and this third, between kind of this second and third piece, have the moon with its reflection coming right through. I'm gonna move ever so slightly just to get it centered. Long exposure, so the water will blur, and this is one of those ones where I'll just be very curious to see what it ends up looking like, what this light turns out to be like. And we'll just go for it. So overall, a really enjoyable day photographing a landscape that I find incredibly fascinating, and one that felt like a perfect match for the XPAN. And I decided to spend the next morning a little further north, visiting a couple seaside towns, finishing up the last roll of film that I had, which was some Kodak Color Plus, which rounded out a collection of images that I'm actually very happy with, especially for a day and a half of photography. And I leave this trip only more hooked on this wide format and pretty much convinced now that it's something I'd like to use on a long-term basis moving forward, maybe even to continue work up in this part of the country.